Dozens have been killed in new Israeli massacres in Gaza, including an airstrike on the house of the Hamas political bureau chief that killed his sister and other relatives. Israeli warplanes carried out airstrikes on various areas in Gaza City, north of the Strip, killing at least 32 people and injuring 139 others amid the genocidal war that has been ongoing for 264 days now. The Israeli occupation forces, IOF, intensified its bombardment of Gaza City, targeting shelters for the displaced and several houses. The IOF attacked Abdel Fattah Hamoud's school, killing 8 Palestinians. Reports say fires have engulfed the area. Likewise, the IOF targeted Asma'a school, which also shelters displaced people in the Shati refugee camp west of Gaza City, killing several people, including children, and injuring others. Also in the Shati refugee camp, the IOF committed a massacre against the Haniyeh family after bombing their home. More than 13 people fell victim to the massacre, with several still under the rubble, according to reporters on the ground. Among the victims of the massacre was the sister of Hamas political bureau chief Ismail Haniyeh, whose 3 sons and 4 grandchildren were assassinated by the occupation regime on April 10th. In western Gaza City, Israeli forces targeted a group of Palestinians, killing several and injuring many others. In eastern Gaza City, specifically in the Shijaya area, the IOF targeted a house belonging to the Zamali family. Civil defense teams retrieved the bodies of 2 women and tried to transport several others who sustained injuries. An Israeli airstrike that targeted a house in the Nusayrat refugee camp in central Gaza killed 5 people, including 3 children. The IOF also struck a house in the Maghazi refugee camp in central Gaza, resulting in deaths and injuries. In southern Gaza, Israeli bombardment continued throughout the night, targeting Al-Mawasi, west of Rafah, with artillery shells. Al-Mawasi is supposedly a humanitarian zone which Tel Aviv has repeatedly ordered Palestinians to travel to for their own safety. According to the latest figures released by the Gaza Health Ministry, the death toll in the enclave has risen to over 37,685 Palestinians, and more than 86,100 others have been injured since October 7th. The majority of them are women and children. Meanwhile, victims of Israeli airstrikes remain under the rubble and on the streets as ambulance crews and civil defense teams are unable to reach them amid ongoing Israeli shelling. Efforts by rescue teams are also being hindered by the IOF targeting the rescue workers.